Hello, and welcome to today's edition of the Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers Broadcast Network. And today we are on a little early, y'all. Y'all are like, wait a minute, it's not 2 o'clock. Why am I seeing these faces on my screen?
You made a liar out of me, man. I pitched us starting at the usual time slot when I streamed last night.
It's okay. It's okay. By the time 2 o'clock rolls around, the replay will be up, so they can watch the replay. Anyway.
No. That's why we promote, so we can draw the people in, man. Come on now. Let's
there's constant promotion. Check Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want. All right, so my name is Dark Lord 100, as you can see. We should, by this point, we 99 episodes in. We shouldn't really have to introduce ourselves anymore. But for those who are watching for the first time, I am your host, Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double, and I am here with my co-host, as usual, the one and only Dave, host of the Night Shift. What's up, bro?
Yo.
And the man with the master plan, the point man, Agent K28 himself, the Saint, host of NBT, all things NBT. So, guys, Hot Topics has been pretty much the same thing for the past 3 weeks. And guess what? This week, it ain't no different. Yep. Today, we kick off Hot Topics and the show yet again with talk of the man, the devil of Hell's Kitchen, the man that is doing things that Fisk doesn't like, Daredevil. And this episode was one that I didn't see coming, and here's what I mean by this. You guys know what the big plot point was of this episode.
Oh yeah.
And I expected that to happen off screen. I didn't expect that to happen as real and as raw and as on screen as it was. And so because of that, it kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, okay. Because remember, we talked about if this particular event, yes, I'm being dodgy for a reason. That this particular event.
Just rip off the Band-Aid. Don't worry about spoilers. We never do. Just rip off.
No, it's not. It's set up. It's not worried about spoilers, because they should know by now when we talk about these things. This is spoiler field. Like, if you don't know that by now, then you ain't been watching the show. But it was an event that happened that I think will lead to more than just because there's only 3 episodes left.
That was episode 5. Yeah, 3 episodes.
3 episodes left.
3 episodes left because it's 8 for the season.
Right.
And they've had a really weird release schedule going 1 to 1, then 1 to 1.
Yeah. So 7 and 8 is coming out at the same time?
6 and 7 are coming out at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And then
but
8 will be
the following week.
A solo release, yeah.
So we'll have a lot to talk about next week. But this week, this episode, known as The Grand Design, the narrative centers on the tragic aftermath of Bullseye attack on Vanessa Fisk, interwoven with pivotal flashbacks that revisit the early days of Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk. I did like the flashback part of this episode just because it gave us a chance to see Foggy again
and Wesley.
Yeah.
And John Wesley. Oh man, that was
but yeah, this was a very emotional episode as far as what was happening in current time. So Saint, you've been a little silent. Kick us off with your thoughts on The Grand Design as an episode.
Okay, for me, it was three key points. First of all, when you tell a flashback story like that, that's kind of like we already know what time it was, because I kind of figured that was gonna be it, but it was also telling a story of the first memory of Vanessa and Wilson Fisk, discussing that. But for me, the key point, I really thought that Daniel was fixing to take a dirt nap. I really thought that, like he was sweating bullets, and I'm like,
I was sweating bullets.
Tony Soprano Jr. is about to go out like a bitch. But
yeah, I mean, that was some Sopranos in the Forest / Miller's Crossing.
Yeah, I really thought he was fixing to take a dirt nap.
Yeah.
On some real shit. Like,
and
his ass was done. Like, he was so like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just masterful.
You'll have good times. Just
yeah.
Go take that shovel out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you realize who the bodies that they buried were, right?
Absolutely.
It was the co-captain from the ship, and
the co-pilot and the 2 U.S. Marshals.
Right.
Yeah. Dirt nap.
I will say this. My favorite part about that scene was his silence through the whole thing. As dude sitting there thinking he's pleading for his life. Like he's got him like scared, so scared he's basically pissing his pants right there in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
He's like, and he gets to the last part. He's like, you don't have to do this, man.
So
you don't have to do this.
Okay.
And so find out, bro, all he wanted him to do was bury some bodies, bro.
Yeah. The lead up was with all the drama going on at the hospital, with the doctors trying to save Vanessa. Everyone wants to know what's going on, and the Fisk administration is keeping absolute lockdown silence on this. Of course, BB comes in to the hospital. She snuggles up with Daniel a little bit, and then Daniel, off to the side, Daniel breaks down and gives BB the dirt that Vanessa is in critical condition.
I don't think she did it though. I don't think she.
I don't think that she did it because it wasn't announced by the BB report, but that's why Daniel was sweating bullets, because Buck was talking all throughout the time about loyalty, about plugging the leaks, and Daniel finally had the epiphany of, fuck, I am the leak. This guy is going to straight up unalive me.
Well, you combine the way things went. You combine the way things went down with his conversation with Fisk,
right?
Where Fisk base kind of made it real clear, and I could see how he could come to that conclusion. But like I said, the part that really enamored me was the other guy's silence through the whole thing. Like at any point, the guy could have been like, "Yo, bro, calm down. Like this isn't about you." Like, but nope, he just sat there.
It was an
and looked at him
test.
and let him talk, and let him talk, and let him talk. And I was like, "That's cold. Like that's ice in your veins, cold right there.
Well,
you know that you ain't here for this shit, but yet you still letting this nigga sit here and plead for his life. Like I said, that's some ice in your veins.
You want even colder." Even ice colder. Not only were the bodies in the trunk, the first mate from the Northern Star, and the two marshals that Buck capped at the same time. That was the marshal's car they were driving.
I don't doubt it.
Buck straight up did a plate switch and drove, and they all drove on in that car. That is just like, damn.
He is Fisk's right-hand man for a reason.
Exactly. And
he is willing to do whatever he needs to do to get the job.
And I think that it was Buck's version of a teaching moment for Daniel.
Yeah.
Because Buck knows that Daniel is the weak link. He doesn't know about Sheila.
Right.
But he knows that Daniel, because he is constantly slobbering over BB, and BB is constantly getting dirt, he knows Daniel is one of the leaks, if not the leak.
Mm-hmm. He's sampled for.
Yeah, Daniel is also important to the campaign. And it looks suspicious if someone just up and disappeared from the campaign.
Yeah.
So this was Buck's way of saying, so yeah, that was, but yes. So getting back to everything, we get the flashbacks of everything revolving around with Foggy and Matt back in their early days, trying to get their breakaway from the big corporation. I can't remember what it was, having to deal with an absolute asshole supervisor who's punishing them. You know, they're in the file storage room with the two desks, and they have to defend this guy who's up on multiple charges of
they're a childhood friend of theirs named
a childhood friend of Foggy's, not Matt. But this was the brother of Foggy's childhood friend, and this was the brother who tormented Foggy. I mean, all throughout when they show up, this guy is calling Foggy Fembot Foggy. I mean, he's like, dude, this is your defense team, and you're gonna open it up just straight up insulting half of it.
Yeah.
And yet
some dudes are like that.
Yeah, they are like that. And Foggy has so much empathy and mercy for this guy, knowing the conditions that he grew up in, where he grew up, everything about this, that Foggy ends up stealing the going solo fund that Matt and Foggy had been collecting. They were up to 17.
I wouldn't call it stealing. He was planning on paying it back.
Right, but he basically basically the guy brushed them off and wanted to go with the public defender, and then Foggy and Matt discovered that he was arrested under an improper warrant. Right. That there was a typo in the warrant, meaning that all the evidence against him had to be tossed out.
Yeah.
The D had absolutely nothing.
Loophole.
Yeah, and surprisingly, in a surprising role reversal, Foggy's the one with the conscience to say we have to give this to his public defender, and Matt's the one saying we don't have to do anything. We're not even involved in this anymore, and it's not like he doesn't deserve what's coming to him.
Yeah.
And Foggy's the one who convinces Matt to go to the public defender with that clerical error, but he also takes the money they were they were accumulating and banking, open up their own firm, and he gives it to this guy and tells him, "Go make a fresh start. Go reconnect with your brother upstate. Have him get you a job. Get away from all this."
Okay.
All right.
That clearly was kind of helping. I didn't think he was going to actually get away. In a sense, but
pause real quick, gentlemen. Shout out to Big Jibo and Poe Politicking, 760 for dropping in and checking us out. We appreciate y'all.
And dropping the bits, man. Dropping the bits.
Yeah.
All right.
So it was a good reversal in that. And that Matt's usually the one with the higher moral judgment.
Yeah. That was an interesting twist there.
Matt saves a wounded Bullseye. Bullseye returned to the church
as well.
And Matt got his wounded ass out of there with the AVT Anti-Vigilante Task Force breaking into the church, pushing past the priest, almost just shoving the priest to the ground and arresting him for obstruction.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot the priest.
Exactly. Yeah. And Matt got
they are really making these guys the biggest villains that they can be.
It's
like the
it
ATVF.
Is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. ATFV or whatever. I'll say, but they so now we.
But then Matt tells Bullseye, "I'm not." He tells Bullseye, "I'm not doing this, out of guilt. I am doing this for mercy."
Right.
Because
he's doing it because it's the right thing to do. That's what Daredevil does. Even if
it's the balance.
That's the balance. He just like him taking the shot for Fisk in season 1. Like he didn't do it because he likes Fisk or because he wants Fisk to live. Well, he does want him to live, but he did it because it was the right thing to do. And so that's a common theme with Daredevil in the fact that he doesn't do things because of personal gain, other than beating the shit out of Poindexter for Foggy's death. Like, I think he enjoyed that just a little. But
we also
other than that, like he does things because they're the right things to do.
Yeah.
And
but then Vanessa looks like she's making full recovery. She's doing good, and then she asks Fisk to tell her the story of how they first met, which leads to other flashbacks. And then after that, she's just kind of smiling and then asks him to tell her the story of how they first met.
Yeah.
And Fisk is like, okay, sure, I'll do it again. And then she starts flatlining.
Yep.
And Fisk goes into absolute despair mode as he's watching the medical crew do a code blue on Vanessa.
It's an extremely sad scene. Like,
and here's something that I learned. Vincent D'Onofrio, he basically rewatched from the original Netflix Daredevil when we learn about Fisk's history when he's little fat Willie.
Yeah.
He made the acting choice to mimic the performance of the kid actor who was playing young Willie.
Nice.
So that he had that whimpering tone to him, there was like that childhood reversion for the
Right.
character.
It would seem more like he is
Yeah.
he is still that kid inside.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, despite the shell that is Kingpin.
Yeah.
Saint, what are your thoughts on Vanessa's death and the impact it's gonna have on this series moving forward?
Oh, it's gonna blow the fuck up. That's what I seriously think. Like, come on, let's face the facts here. He loved Vanessa. So for whatever reason, he's gonna get on that power trip. He's gonna like any vigilante within the New York, somebody is gonna have to pay. Somebody's gonna have to pay the price.
Somebody's eating that.
That's kind of like natural. You know, that's kind of like national. You remember National Treasure, and you remember when told him somebody's got to go to jail. Yeah, somebody's got to go to jail.
Yeah. Some bloods has got to be shed.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Which leads into the rumors for season 3. And how season 2 is going to end up, because we've seen set stuff of Fisk and Matt in Orange, in prison.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things, and also the other cool thing is that we see Matt's army. We get a glimpse of it, the majority of it, including the new White Tiger, Angela, and Swordsman. Swordsman basically wants to join, but he pieces out and basically gives Matt and Karen an American Express trust fund for all their financial needs going forward.
Right. I saw that. I believe that was during this episode.
Yeah.
It may have been during the last episode after the breakout, I believe.
Could have been, yeah. But I said, I think it's this for this episode. But it's really
it's getting good.
It's building to a pitch. And I was mistaken because I didn't realize the release schedule. I thought that we were going to get we were going to get episode 6 on Tuesday. But that's what we're going to lead off with this Tuesday. And episode 6, Kristen Ritter does get some of the top credits on IMDb. So Jessica Jones is entering the chat this Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very true. I noticed that because I actually asked after finishing episode 5 if she was going to be in episode 5, and said no, she's debuting in 6. So can't wait for that. Wait for that. So Daredevil is heating up.
Yeah.
It's getting good. What's up?
Another tangent is that in the latest trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day, we see Sheila giving the key of the city to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So Sheila's gets to take over the mayoral gig.
Okay. We might be down for that.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. We got a lot of stuff we got about 3 weeks worth of the show left to go. We got the Punisher special, and then we have Brand New Day coming out. So we got a lot of stuff going forward.
I didn't look on it, but there's information about the main bad guy in Punisher One Last Kill. And I didn't look on it, but I'm sure we'll bring it up for next week's podcast.
Sure. Oh, I already have a good idea.
We
already have a good idea.
All right, so that leads us out of the fire and into the
Looked like you were asleep over there for a second.
Oh yeah, not off. No. That beat just lullabies me to sleep. That's all it is. All right.
Yep.
So we open up this one with a Gen X special, and that is guess which iconic 80s sci-fi movie sequel officially gets a first look.
I don't know.
Greetings, Starfighter. You've been chosen to fight Zur and the Kodan Armada.
Yep.
It's not the movie.
I just
Finally got our.
It's not going to be a movie,
but
but
it is-
we're talking.
No,
we're
it's not gonna
getting
be a
an
movie.
official sequel comic book series coming up.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
from-
I thought
Yeah, from Mad Cave Studios.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I thought if you were talking about 40-year-old franchises and stuff like that, I thought they were gonna be I thought folks were gonna be talking about Spaceballs because
Yeah,
there is a brand
Oh, Spaceballs too. Yeah.
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 We know about that.
It's just called the new one. Like
yeah. They
Yeah.
changed it from the Schwartz Awakens to the new one, which but and they also have a new
we'll get to
trailer
that.
with they have a new trailer with everyone just kind of dancing out of an elevator door opens, someone comes out, close, open, close, open, close, which I guess is a current meme thing. I don't know.
Well,
but
like I said, we'll talk about that when we get
more. Yeah.
out. Yeah, when we get more. All right, but yes, this last it looks like it's going to be a limited run.
Probably. And I just want to drop a note that Mad Cave is currently literally killing it. Not only do they have Last Starfighter coming out on Free Comic Book Day.
Yep, July 1st.
They have the full licensing property for comics now. They got away from Diamond and Boom Studios, or Dynamite and Boom Studios. They're now doing the King Features characters. Flash Gordon, the Phantom, Lothar and Mandrake, everybody, and Defenders of the Earth.
Wow.
wow, that's really crazy. And not to knock I was looking at something on YouTube the other day, and I saw something on there that was called Popeye Against the Last, the Man Who Hated Laughter. And it was back in 1972, and it had all the King featured.
Because Popeye Popeye's a King features.
Popeye's a King feature, but there was the Phantom. It was Steve Canyon, Mandrake, and Lothar. I didn't get a chance to really watch it, but it was really crazy just for you to even bring that up, because also too you got to think about it in about maybe 6 years these characters are going to be public domain too.
Minor plug for a really great guy, Randy Milholland, who is now he's gone from being a web cartoonist to he is now the artist on regular artist for Popeye on the Comics Kingdom webpage, I think it is. And he's also doing the Sunday Popeye and Olive strip also.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. Great guy, great stuff. Good modernization of Popeye with a lot of modern sardonic humor as opposed to the sardonic humor of LC Cigar back in the original days.
All right. We're gonna keep it moving forward. Well, I'll say the next one is something that I'm super excited for. I've already actually made plans with Mr. Suave of the Classroom to be front row seats at the theater for the new Street Fighter movie.
Oh my God.
Looks so damn sick.
Dude.
It's not funny. Like they did a really, really good job with this movie.
I mean, I was already sold in the first few minutes. I'm not even a Street Fighter fan, and I was sold in the first like 30 seconds of the new trailer. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cammy and Chun-Li snarking at each other. Everyone keeps talking about your thighs. I don't see what the big deal is. And the literal number of maneuvers that all the characters get to do in there. Zangief's power bomb, Guile's flash kick, and just on and on and on. And everyone's looking fantastic in the makeup. Roman Reigns is looking great.
Oh God. As
Akuma.
Oh yes. Roman Reigns is Akuma. Jason Momoa is Blanca.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, Jason Momoa is Blanca.
Yeah, and Cody Rhodes looks fantastic as Guile. It's all good. Check out the trailer. You're going to be jaw dropping on it, and I think this is going to no.
Anyway, sorry, I just had to let it get to that point. I'll bring us back.
No offense to Street Fighter, but I think this is going to absolutely knock out Street Fighter. And, they have a reason for destroying the car. They have a reason for destroying the car scene.
Here's the thing about it. This movie is exactly what, like, I thought it would be, in the sense that this movie is like 90% fan service.
Yes.
It's just getting to see your favorite moves and your favorite characters doing them on the big screen.
Yes.
It's that I think that I like the balance. Like, to me, the original Street Fighter, as much as I loved it, I love Raul Julia. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was a little campy for me.
Yeah.
Like, looking back on it now, this seems more in line with what I would like to see.
Yeah. And this and also it's fantastic, getting into the stories of all the characters. I think that this is just what it's going to need, what the video game adaptions are going to need in there. It's being done by a crew who obviously love the lore and the games, and it wasn't just a cash cow money thing to make.
Right.
Kind of like
they actually went out and found people to fit.
Eric Andre as Don Savage.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Saint, would love to hear your thoughts on the trailer. So you're sitting over there a little bit quiet.
I'm quiet because, first of all, that is my favorite fighting game franchise of all time. I've been running on that game, since 1988. Okay. Back in 94, or whenever the original Street Fighter movie was, I was like, I was really excited, and then it was kind of a disappointment because of some of how the characters were treated and some of their origins and so forth. And then, you have that one character where it kind of like sets the whole movie off, kind of like what they did with Cole and Mortal Kombat. Okay. I'll say this. I'm going to look at it because, especially as a Street Fighter fan, and I mean, I do love the fan service. I love that, Guile's hair is definitely going to be on point. You have a few of the moves, the Shoryuken, the Hadoken with the fireball, and the spinning bird kick with Chun-Li. Perfect. We just want to make sure that, I just don't want to see a big ass trailer and then all of a sudden the movie fucking sucks, because, you've seen a lot of these movies where they build up the trailer, and then all of a sudden, it's booty pop. You know what I mean? So it's like, no.
Like Batman v Superman, yeah.
Um,
Well, the Ultimate Edition, but
Yeah.
that's just like the
I'm just
Justice League movie.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because that movie did suck ass.
Well, so,
but a couple of last thoughts from me on this is that I think that Street Fighter is going to be, like I said, it's going to be bigger than Mortal Kombat this year, and I think this is going to bust open the fighting game adaptation, because there are a lot of classic fighting games that have not gotten proper adaptations. Like, I know that there's a Fatal Fury anime, but no live action. But like Fatal Fury, King of Fighters.
Let me correct you on that. King of Fighters, there was an adaptation for that, and that was a piece of shit.
Okay.
Dead or Alive with Kevin Nash as Bass.
Yes.
That was a piece of shit.
I know.
mean,
But
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
I blocked that from my head, like that
also,
one movie by that dude with the M in the middle of his name.
Yeah.
How about the beginning of his name? Yeah.
How about Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
We want to talk about classic franchises.
Yeah, there's definitely some story there.
How about my favorite fighting game, Killer Instinct?
Yeah, I would love to see. There's some stories there.
I'd like to see that.
When I mentioned it, somebody replied, "Well, yeah, but the entire 2-hour runtime is just going to be one entire combo sequence." But and I also just learned that Killer Instinct is owned by Microsoft, and it's currently still available on the Microsoft Game Store, free if you've got Gamecast.
Yes, I actually have a couple of different versions.
The most recent one, which was sadly 2013's reboot, and Microsoft has done nothing with it.
But yes, that would definitely be a series I would love to see, made into a live action as Killer Instinct. They can, with the special effects they have now, I forget what the name of them was, the robot dude, but like they could do him good time justice. But all right, so we'll move ahead and move on to the next story, which is about a nostalgia-fueled streaming service. And you ask, what is that? What is that? That's what we've been doing, thinking back and remembering fondly. But there will be now a new streaming service along like platforms like Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, and Disney Plus. And it looks like Hasbro has been bringing more projects to the screen in recent years, and now the company is creating a streaming service of its own. It will be called Hasbro Legends sometime in the future, and it'll be housing shows like Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Jem and the Holograms.
Yep, everything that's a Hasbro property will be on there.
And currently all on Tubi. I mean,
yes. Yeah. And I am sounding very nonplussed about this because Hasbro is going to shoot themselves in the junk. They already had a streaming service that had all that years ago when My Little Pony was still being run. It was a Hasbro exclusive channel. That's where all the new Transformers and the new G.I. Joe series were coming out of. Okay. Hasbro had their own, that's why they bought Studio E1 to be able to create the Hasbro verse. But they never got around to it. And so they sold it off just before they started going into production for Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I mean, what do they need a full production studio for? So, yeah. Once again, Hasbro Corporate can't get out of the way. They are as notorious as Sony for snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Hold on, there's a question. Big G-Bo is asking, I'd like to know why Gears didn't get their movie yet. Yeah. We need that. We
Gears
need
of
that.
War?
Dave Bautista, Marcus Phoenix. Sign
Be
me
right
up,
back,
dude.
gentlemen. Go
Yeah.
ahead and just.
There's an update. It's starting to go in production as a Netflix series. They're finally going ahead with Gears of War.
Okay, but is Dave Bautista gonna
I
be?
don't know. This article just came across the desk a few like literally yesterday or Friday.
Right.
So I haven't checked that. Another thing I haven't checked out yet. But all I know is that it is going forward. And we'll catch up on that next week's podcast. But as far as I know, Netflix is moving forward, which means one season, cancel.
Yeah, we'll just have to get that figured out.
Speaking of corporations who continuously have proven themselves to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, that sounds interesting. I'm definitely down to watch a series, especially with Dave Bautista. He's not a bad actor, even though people give him far too much credit for Drax. It's a fairly simple character, not much range to it. But
it's kind of that thing where it's like the test of a great singer is how well they can badly sing.
Listen,
I can see where you're coming from. Go on, say.
Listen, when he played the main henchman, Inspector, shit, I was like, when he just went to that dude, it just killed that dude. Just say he didn't say shit. It was like, yeah, sign me up, bro.
Top 5 Bond henchmen ever.
Yeah.
You know, right in that.
I mean, zero fucks was given, dude. Like, yeah.
All right, so
I'm rocking.
At the peak of our nostalgia-filled rant, we are going to take a step back to look at and give respect to someone who we lost this week by the name of Sid Croft. He was the co-creator of several TV shows, Partners on the Banana Splits, Adventure Hour, H&R Pup and Stuff, and the infamous Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost. That's not even half of it. Okay. Yeah. Bugaloos, Lidsville. There's a reason why I never really got into drugs as a kid. It's because I had Croft TV series on the weekend. You didn't need no elevation watching that stuff. That was just like literally visual mind trips.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it still worked out.
Yeah. And everyone wants to cap on Land of the Lost. But the writer's room for Land of the Lost, a low budget kids show with stop motion animation. Okay. Yeah. Theodore Sturgeon, Ben Bova, DC Fontana, Larry freaking Niven.
Wow.
Absolute legends of hard, serious science fiction.
Right.
Yep.
And that's
all on one kid show.
Even if the stop motion graphics don't hold up, the writing and all the deeper stuff about time travel, about the portals, about everything else, that still holds up to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just to answer a question, I was just putting a thing real quick tangent. He says he doesn't understand why Prime cut Wheels of Time. I think it's not necessary that Prime did a bad job. I think Prime overestimated.
That's another that's an entire podcast on its own. One of these days we're going to do a cheap pop podcast special that is, not the regular one, but where did Wheel of Time and Rings of Power go wrong?
Yeah, because I think
that'd be a 6-chapter series. I think that believe you me, Jamil is one of the biggest opponents.
Yes,
of Wheel of Time. Trust and believe you me. Yep. He shitted on that. He shitted on that show.
We're going to bring
what I was going to say was
Jay in as a special guest for that very special after school special episode.
All right. But well, say, but no, but like really, in all honesty, I think this comes from not necessarily or partially because quality of show. Like I said, I listened to Killer J when he talks about what was wrong with that show. But also because, like I said, sometimes I think that these studios, they overshoot the popularity of the IP in the fact of what they project it to, what they project to make off of it, as opposed to and they'll think that it's not necessarily that they think it's way more popular than what it is. It's that they think they're going to be able to bring so many new eyes to the product, and that's where they overshoot instead of just keeping their projections moderate and just worrying about the ones that they know will watch.
Yes.
They try to shoot the thing and bring in millions of new people, and then they only end up bringing in hundreds of thousands. So then they shut it all down because they over projected when they were projecting how well this thing would do.
And it's because series will naturally diminish. They look at this. They look at the numbers. They look at how many people are watching, when they're watching, and they project the drop-offs.
Yeah.
And so once the viewing numbers no longer fit into their return on investment projection, that's it. It's done.
Yep.
And as always, their return on investment projections are totally unrealistic.
100% unrealistic. Like, and so that's where they end up screwing themselves. I don't think that, and I also think that part of the reason why some of these things fail is they're 8-episode seasons when they really should be 16, when they really should be 20, because there's a lot more story to be told. I think this limitation that we have with today's TV of going to this, I don't want to say European model, because they do that over in the English model. They do that over there, but it's not necessarily with every show. But like where you get these 6 and 8 episode seasons. Like I remember when I was a kid, and I know you guys remember this too, because this is when you guys were like teenagers. But when I was a kid, I remember every season of every show was about 22 to 25 episodes.
Yeah.
It normally started in September and ran all the way till June. And then you got reruns over the summer until the new TV season started in what you call it. Then they started. Then y'all remember that the progression was they started chopping the seasons in half. You had your mid-season finale, and then it would come back 6 weeks later, and it would finish out with like another 4 or 5 episodes, or 5 or 6 episodes.
And because the syndication plan,
well,
they need to have that many episodes. You have to have X number of episodes in order to fit it into syndication, which is why we ended up with Robotech the way that we did, because there wasn't enough episodes of Macross to do the whole thing, and there hadn't been a sequel yet.
Well,
there was even adding in Dimensional Cavalry Southern Cross didn't meet the syndication requirements, so they had to go get a third series to tack on and American Rise. That's why
you feel like you're watching 3 different seasons within one season.
Then
go on ahead.
Well, no, what I was basically going to say is that because, well, first of all, a lot of these seasons have become short due to when the pandemic dropped. Because if you noticed, a lot of the TV shows, started falling away to the wind. However, though, I think maybe, like you were talking about the UK model or what have you, because I remember when the very first season of Doctor Who, which came into, I think it was like maybe 2008, 2009, there were only 13 episodes a piece. You had 13 episodes that season, and then the very next, the very first season, the regeneration, and then here comes David Tennant for the other seasons, but they were always it either became 13, some of them got shorted, and then I think maybe season 4 was maybe, I think, 11 or 12. No, I think it was 13, and then like 4 different specials.
Right.
Well,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? So
The reason why
hold on
so
real quick, Dave. Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
The only reason I will push back on you on the thing about the pandemic being a crucial turning point is because I can see that being the final point of the turn, but we had already started going to, because I remember watching Suits before the pandemic and getting like, it would start in September and we get like 8 episodes, and then we would go on this like 5-week break where you didn't get a new episode until like January, February, and then you would get 6 or 7 new episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There were sitcoms and stuff like that on your major networks, NBC, CBS, ABC, that ran all the way up till basically right around Christmas, and then they skip the Christmas thing, come back in early January, and then run through whatchamacallit. But in general, we started getting these things where it was only, instead of getting 12 to 15 episodes before you go to the break, which is what you get if they stretch it to Christmas, you get 6 to 8 episodes, and then you get this big like 3-month gap where literally the week before the new episodes start, you have to go back and rewatch the first 5 or 6 episodes because it's been so long since the last time you watched an episode. You got to catch up before you start new. That's too big of a gap. But I will say I agree with Big Jibo. He says it's really too much about money. Dave has brought up that point as well. The guys in the C-suite don't really understand like how the viewer watches. And then, yes, he did point out that the same with comics. We used to get storylines that lasted decades. Now we get storylines that maybe last 6 months before they're on to the next thing. And that is very much true.
Yeah. But the reason why I'm
close us out, Dave.
The reason why I'm snickering whenever we're talking about the UK model is the classic line from the Good Place, where Jamila Jaipur's character is Tahani is talking about a popular series in UK. It's like, oh yes, it was very popular. It had 12 episodes over 20 years.
Yeah, over like 20 years. Yeah. But it's true though. You'll get that, because the way that they do things, Dave is 100% correct. The way that they do things, sometimes certain series, like they'll be like, "Hey, did you watch all of that series, bro? There was only 6 episodes." Yeah, that's the whole series.
Yeah, and okay, point number 2 before point 3. Yeah. Point 2, just looked it up on IMDb. Daredevil season 1, Netflix Daredevil, had 13 episodes.
Yes.
Tight 13 episode first season. And now we're down to
8.
An even tighter 8 episode season 2 for Born Again.
And here's where it drives me crazy, and we'll close on this. I'll give you guys a chance.
Let me get point. Let me get point 3 out. It's also like American comics companies trying to create manga. They miss the central concept of manga. American TV execs miss the central concept of UK European television in there. And American comic book companies, they focus on the art style. Whereas manga is huge in Japan because it's cheap, the stories are good, and it's all disposable. Literally, when you're waiting for your bullet train to go to wherever you're going on your commute, you literally pick up a manga at the stand, and then read it while you're on the train, toss it in the trash while you're going out.
Wow.
That's literally how manga works in Japan.
Wow. All right.
If you're a real fan, you collect. Otherwise, you're just like, oh, let's see what's in this issue. Oh, okay, cool.
Well, say, that's different cultures, different things, right?
Exactly.
Oh, I'll
And
say.
that was the third point. We
I'll
still
say,
haven't
all right.
gotten to that cultural point yet.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, and yeah, it's just, and it's also like you said, it's a difference in how they consume TV versus how we consume TV. All right, so we'll kind of let that die there, and we will go to something that just I found that was interesting that I kind of wanted to chat with you guys about because it was quite interesting the first time that I watched it. Hold on, let me see if I can find the actual one here and bring it up. There it is. Okay. So just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. Like it's quite interesting. Yes, this is AI. No, this is not real. No, the movie is not in the works. But the casting for this thing is just straight hilarious. So what we are watching is an AI trailer for Invincible with Tom Holland as Invincible. And wait till you see who they use as Omni-Man. I'm
That's
like
Sandra Oh.
Yeah.
Who voices his mom in the animated series? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like the casting is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Conquest.
Warwolf.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yep.
So it's just like I asked you guys. I saw that and said to myself, yeah, I would definitely pay to go see something like that in the theaters. Yeah. Like I've become a huge fan of the Invincible franchise on Prime. And yeah, I would pay to see that. I would definitely pay to see that. I would ask the question to you gentlemen, would you?
I mean, I would. I know it's going to be coming eventually. You know, not necessarily. I mean, I'm trying to. I'm trying to set my bias against AI aside for a moment and take a look at the concept. I think that it would have been better present. You know, if we get a studio to do this, yeah, absolutely.
Well, see, for me, this is what I say with the AI aspect of it. This is the kind of fun thing I would love to see AI used for. Not necessarily for making the movie, but for making this whatchamacallit a fan casting a movie that everybody wants to see and giving us a realistic looking trailer of it. You know what I'm saying?
Again,
without
actually corporate execs are going to get the wrong lesson from this.
Well, yes, of course, that's humanity. But I'm just saying, to me, this is just one of the funner aspects without getting off on the AI tangent. This is just one of the funner aspects of AI because you're really better than Henry Cavill. That's an interesting. I present that to y'all. Wood tapped
George
in
Clooney
and says that George Clooney would make a better Omni-Man than Henry Cavill. What do you gentlemen think?
No.
Shots fired.
Sorry, but that's Batman, George Clooney. We know that's what killed the Batman franchise for some years.
No,
I know.
Joel Schumacher killed the Batman
franchise. No. That's the thing, but still, I mean, come
George
on,
Clooney
man.
was just Clooney's to do it.
Yeah, and his performance was wooden as fuck. Okay. Like,
there is something to be said about actors sometimes only being as good as the directors. Yeah. Okay, I mean,
but I feel you saying.
Look at the Star Wars prequels. Okay, when you had Natalie Portman and Liam Neeson, two amazing actors, give some of the worst performances of their careers.
Yeah.
The
haters. You said we haters on George Clooney.
We do not discuss episode 1. You know that, Dave. Okay, you know that. We all sat in that fucking theater.
I know.
Kevin had questionable thoughts about wanting to throw the soda at the movie screen.
I was afeared.
Jar Jar almost got me there. Almost.
Yeah. But then again, look at how Ahmed Best did with Ahsoka. Not as Jar Jar, but getting his redemption, the actor getting a redemption arc. Yeah, look how great his performance was when he's not being directed by George Lucas.
Yeah. The redemption. Yeah, I mean, I know he got his little moment in the sun, but come on, man.
I'm not just. But
you even remember when you sat in the theater, dude?
Yes.
In Oakland.
Downtown. Yes.
Like, dude. Like that was cringe, man.
Never been written.
Yeah,
somebody should
throw the whole script away.
We know this. It's like I get it. I finally get it.
Exactly.
I finally kind of get a glimpse at the Black perspective of things, of how everything works.
Yeah,
because I give you guys credit for not burning everything down to the ground.
No, we were all. It was like, I'll put it to you, and no dig on anybody, but if there was anything, white people, I'm sorry. You should. We saw the shame when it came to Jar Jar Binks, because I'm telling you, violence could have erupted in that theater because it was so much backlash. Like,
here's what got me.
Lord have mercy.
I'll be honest with you. In the moment of watching Jar Jar when he's introduced on the screen, the thing that got me to bring my breathing down and my blood pressure down was my brain just kind of said, it's not what you think it is. He's just being made like that for kids, to draw in kids. That's all it is. And I'm probably lying to myself. I'm not going to lie about that. But that lie helped lower my blood pressure in that moment. Okay, it's telling myself that he's just a kid's character. The kids' characters are silly and stupid. Like
you're killing me, G-Bo. You're killing me.
I was sitting within arm's reach of these two gentlemen and two to three other of our friends in there.
Oh,
I was like,
dude,
do not take your rage out on me, okay? Understandable.
No, Jamil. I remember Jamil literally was like, his silence was enough when he walked out of that movie theater.
I turned to Jamil
at the moment when Jar Jar was introduced.
Yeah, I turned to him and I said, "I'm going to get lynched here, aren't I?" Yeah.
Sorry, bro. Like, we're gonna try to help, but there's too many of them. Not enough of us. Anyway, all right, y'all. So final subject for Pop Culture Corner before we move on to our first break, our first and only break of the day. Peter Dinklage, the man who always finds work, has found himself more work as he joins the cast of GenXers Alien Earth for season 2.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have to watch.
What role he may be playing?
No, we don't know yet. First
He's
of all,
I'm important, though.
Yeah, I'm just absolutely excited that there is going to be a season 2 for Alien Earth. Go out, watch it.
I got it. He's returning as his character from Avengers Infinity War. That's it. They're gonna stumble across it. This is where Alien Earth and Marvel intersect.
No, he was in X-Men Days of Future Past.
No. Wasn't Peter Dinklage the guy that he went and got Stormbreaker from?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yes,
he-
yes,
yeah,
yes.
Like the Thor where he got
Yes.
Stormbreaker from. Yeah, that was Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
I'm like, he returns as that character. There you
No,
go.
I guarantee you, because wait a minute, the timeline,
Yes,
the
he is.
timeline
He's
is what is when, Dave?
It's oh god. It's prior to oh god, I don't know because the timeline has been
Is it prior to a? Is it now? Is it prior to a Alien versus President Requiem?
It's actually prior to even the. Is it? No, it's not prior to the first Alien film.
The franchise focus chronological timeline includes the upcoming Alien Earth series, which starts with Prometheus and Covenant, leading into Alien Earth and the original Alien. So it's before the original Alien.
It is before the original film.
Covenant.
Yeah.
So how about, I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, he's going to be either somebody related to, I think somebody will be related to Bishop, or
We'll see.
We'll see. Lance Hendricks.
Yeah, Henderson. Who also was Wayland.
Yeah, he played. Wayland in AVP.
Yeah, AVP. So we'll see. But in related news, Alien alum Miss Sigourney Weaver herself is going to be in The Mandalorian and Grogu. And we know what role she's playing in that they are basically, Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be basically backdooring the concept of Rangers of the New Republic, where Sigourney Weaver is playing a New Republic security type who hires Jin and Grogu to go hunt down some of the worst Imperial war criminals still at large.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
So that's what that movie is going to be about this year. Yep.
Did you know that the Mandalorian and Grogu showed up at WrestleMania last night? Front row. Yep.
Well, thanks for spoiling it. No, I need to check it out. So I'm just waiting for the Mandalorian and Grogu will return in Avengers Doomsday.
We need the crossover. Give it to us. Well, say as the sign just said below, it's coming up after the break here, SmackDown Alley, which will be all WrestleMania Night 1, and then we will dive into video games with the video game corner. So, all right, that's it for us for this half. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We've been having fun with you in the comments, so please keep them coming. We enjoy sharing your thoughts on the show as well. And that's it for us for now, guys. We'll see you in about 5. Peace.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first gen. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I've been real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma
Adams family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like, very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the receiving caution tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
All right. What is up? What is up? What is up? We are jumping directly into
SmackDown Alley to talk a little bit about the WrestleMania. You know, like I tell people constantly, we're going to talk about the big sweaty men, the men that are sweaty. First of all, before we dig into WrestleMania, I would like to give a shout out to Royce Keys for winning this year's Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Not only is he a Bay Area kid, but I feel even more pride with him because he's an East Palo Alto kid, and that was my home for a good 10 years.
And I believe he was partially trained at AP-Dub by Mr. Killer J Hemphill himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was. And so congrats to him, because normally I don't know why people are talking about it's a bad thing that he won. Normally winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal means that this upcoming year you're going to get a push of some kind and possibly even win a championship, because that happened with Carmelo Hayes. He won it the year after he won it. He won the U.S. title and started doing his thing. You know, like, so just about every year, the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is the guy that they're going to be given a push. So it looks like it's Royce's time. So congrats to him. That was on Friday Night SmackDown. Also, before we dive in, having had a chance to watch all of the Hall of Fame, but I've watched a bunch of the clips of the speeches, and yeah, I was happy, especially with the Good Brothers inducting AJ Styles. Gentlemen, real quick, give your thoughts on the Hall of Fame, and then also Royce's win. I'll be right back.
Listen, the one thing for me that probably was the biggest thing was the induction of Stephanie McMahon. Now, you know, she did her little speech in a friendly type of way, but she kind of did her speech as a heel. And trust and believe you me, she did due diligence with her speech. I think for me, it was a little impressive because, I mean, she was considered what we call daddy's little girl or what have you, but she also did build a couple of little foundations, and then of course helping to get the Evolution pay-per-view, which, you know, we haven't seen that in a little while. But yeah, I have a good kick for that. AJ Styles, excellent as well. We already know what time it is when it's with him. I would like to see another match with him, but on probably TNA, which is where I think that I think he'll probably retire once
Right.
he's given up the stuff for TNA. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I only got a chance to see a couple of the speeches, but yeah.
Well, just my own perspective. Stephanie's always been able to come off as the boss bitch without getting into the absolute creepiness of Vince.
Right.
She's got all of the good points of the Mr. McMahon heel character with pretty much none of the drawbacks.
Right.
So, yeah. And also, it kind of also gets into pushing the Cody Randy match as well, since she's trying to push Cody to be more ruthless aggression.
Right.
Well, let me say this. Yeah, Steph is somebody that understands the business, and she does because she grew up in the business. And when I say she grew up in the business, y'all don't understand. Stephanie McMahon, the first time she was ever seen on TV. I'm not saying y'all don't understand. I'm saying people may not understand that Stephanie McMahon entered the business at 13 years old. Her first on-screen, thing, she was I want to say anywhere from 13 to 17, somewhere around there. She was still in her
right.
In this corporate ministry storyline when Undertaker put her up on the cross and friggin' Stone Cold Steve Austin had to come out and save her. Stephanie's been a part of the business since the day she took her first breath.
I mean, she remembers when her granddad was running things.
Was when Vince's dad was running things, when they were still in the territory days. And so when I say I don't get how people disrespect her, I mean it, because the woman has done nothing but give her life to wrestling. And if you can respect anything, it's kind of like with Vince. Is Vince a horrible person? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Based off of actions, yes. But does that mean that he didn't give his blood, sweat, tears, and time to the wrestling industry, for decades? No,
yeah.
he did. For decades, he gave his everything to this business, whether you liked it or not.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I think the Stephanie, it was very, very. Of course, people are like, "Oh, only reason she got inducted is because she's Triple H's wife." No, only reason why she got inducted is because she's black. She is a Hall of Famer in the wrestling industry.
Yeah.
Period. Should have been
granted.
She even has some in-ring accolades to herself. She was once a women's champion, if you remember. Don't get me wrong, the way she won the belt was kind of suspect, but we don't. This is the future now. We don't think about that. It's just she had herself a title. Anyway,
he quickly cleaned that up.
It's wrestling storyline,
Congratulations to all the inductees. You had Stephanie McMahon, you had AJ Styles, you had Demolition, Axe and Smash, you had Bad News Brown was inducted. You had Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid was inducted. Well, his family was there to induct him. And then you also had, oh my God, I forgot who the last two guys were. There were another two people as well on top of them. I forget their names now. Those are the main ones that I remember from yesterday. I'll be reminded in a little bit when we watch tonight's episode of WrestleMania, and they'll trot them out halfway through the night, like they did last night. So, okay, gentlemen. Now, Dave, I know you haven't watched, but we're going to kind of get our way through.
Go ahead.
We're gonna have to dance. We're gonna have to dance around just a little bit. But
no, don't worry about it. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back while you guys discuss. So,
all right. Here we go. WrestleMania Night 1. It kicks off with the 6-man tag. LA Knight and the Usos take on Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and I Show Speed. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, sir. I did not see what happened after this match coming. I did not see that going that way. And it was a nice twist and spin on it, especially for I Show Speed.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on this match?
Listen. I Show Speed. I mean, granted, I think he's still a somewhat of a scrub, but I mean, he's got a little bit of magic, just a little bit, not too much, just.
He ain't winning no WWE championships no time.
Well, he's not. I mean, he probably won't win one ever, but
but
then anything is possible.
He did well. The match ended with who was it? With LA Knight getting the pin on I believe it was Logan Paul. No, Austin Theory took the pin on
I hate that son bitch.
Oh yeah. After I Show Speed accidentally hits him in the face with the knuckles. So what ends up happening at the end of the match is what got me, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. So at the end of the match, you had Logan Paul pissed because they lost, and he proceeds to go off on I Show Speed and hit him with the brass knuckles, and then drag him out the ring, and basically put him on top of the announce table to try to push him through. But as the good guys do, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso come back. They put Logan into the mat with a 1D, and then proceed to pull I Show Speed off the announcer's table and tell him, "Come on, we're gonna get you some get back. We're gonna get you your first receipt." I Show Speed, and as the other three, LA Knight and the Usos, proceed to beat down Logan Paul and Austin Theory, they set Logan Paul up on the announce table, and they encourage I Show Speed to go up to the top rope or to the top of the ropes, which he does. And then he proceeds to have his own viral moment, frog splashing Logan Paul through the announce table, which I actually cheered for. Like I said, that's what was so trippy about this match, is by the end of the match, I was actually cheering for I Show Speed. I was like, yeah, get him. What were your thoughts on that finish, bro?
Classic, like it's what I would call a classic comic book ending, where you get a little bit of revenge, a little bit of something to kind of like smooth the evening over. You know what I'm saying? Just that little bit of, and being a non-wrestler, I think that was really a very serious, special moment. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you that one, man.
Well, to me, it was a good moment because you had somebody that was being made out to be the bad guy the whole time, when really it was Austin Theory and Logan Paul that were the assholes. Like, they're the ones that pushed I Show Speed into LA Knight in the match on Monday Night Raw, etc. And then you have the thing where at the end of the day, it's shown that Logan Paul and Austin Theory were just trying to use I Show Speed to their advantage, and he ends up getting his get back. Like, I like that story. Now, this was followed up. This match was followed up by what was it? I wouldn't call it the most brutal match I've ever seen, because like, take Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. That's probably one of the most brutal wrestling matches you've ever seen. This was pretty brutal in its own self. And that was the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre.
Okay. Part of that, I didn't get to see the very end, but I will tell you this. Brutal. I would rather say my name is Jacob Fatu and I choose violence.
And that's what he chose for sure.
And that's exactly what the fuck he did. Lord have mercy. Like, seriously? Drew, you wanted these hands? Let's play Pokemon. You gotta catch them all.
And Drew got catch them all. Drew got that too. Like, it was an intense match. A lot of people tried to say it under delivered. I don't think it did. They were like, it felt very safe. well, yeah, it should. They're not actually trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Like like they're doing this for our entertainment. They're not doing it to actually kill each other. So at the end
It
of
would
the
have
day,
been nice, but yeah.
I thought the match went fairly well. I think a lot of people called it safe because the finish happened inside the ring. Basically, you know what I'm saying, everything about the finish happened inside the ring. But I was okay with that. But I enjoyed the match overall. And I wouldn't say it was match of the night because I still think match of the night for this is a couple of matches away.
Yeah.
But
If we talk about what we're talking about, yeah, then yeah.
and I'm telling you right now, I'm actually looking forward to. We'll get to this when Dave gets back too. I'm actually looking forward to opening match tonight, which is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Like that's going to be a big sweaty men beating the shit out of each other match, and I love it. All right, so the
Hope the
Fatu
ring don't break.
You know, the Fatu McIntyre match was a highlight of the night so far. This next match brought its own surprise. And that was the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team match. As I was wondering, it baffled me when I saw the champs come out third instead of the champs coming out last. The champs almost always come out last. And the champs came out third this time after Bayley and Lyra Valkyria and Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, who gave an amazing tribute to Bray Wyatt, by the way, with her outfit. That was a tribute. That was her tribute to Bray Wyatt on the grandest stage. I loved it. But you had all of them come out, and then the Irresistible Forces came out, and then out comes Nikki and Brie Bella with Nikki on a crutch. And they proceed to say some stuff about not wanting to let the fandom down. And Nikki says she called an old friend to take her place. And ladies and gentlemen, you did not get in the Wayback Machine. Time has not reversed itself. We are still in 2026. And yes, the one and only Sayara, aka Paige, is now back in the WWE.
This is my house. Listen, that's exactly, look. When I sat up there and I looked down, I was like, okay, all right. Because, I mean, I already knew, but, like, we knew the pop that was going to really, like, happen and take place. Paige is probably, or still is probably, one of the most dominant women when it comes to wrestling. I would love for her and fucking Becky Lynch. That's for me, that's somewhat of a dream match. I want to see Becky Lynch and Paige go toe to toe, and especially with that Irish.
Well, good news on that front is that the word has it that she actually has signed a multi-year deal with WWE. So odds are good that we're going to see her feud with some of the top girls, Asuka, Becky Lynch, not Bianca Belair, but we'll get to that later. At least not anytime soon, within the next 9 months. Trinity and the others, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, etc. You know, a quick side note, based on the Pod Meets World podcast, AJ Lee was saying that Roxanne Perez was one of the young ladies that came to like a meet and greet and told her that she wanted to be a wrestler. And she kind of gave her some advice and sent her down that path. And here we have it, where Roxanne Perez and AJ Lee could be facing off in a match. But the winners of the women's tag team match were Brie Bella and Paige, the new women's tag team champions. I kind of like it.
But I'm still, but you know what though? I'm looking that somebody's gonna go heel, and then it's gonna be like that tag team when Nikki comes back, it's gonna be something about them belts, and I could see something in our future happening with those two.
I'm gonna say this. I'm asking this question hypothetically. What is it with the IWC and trying to turn everybody heel? Every time I turn around, a storyline, it'd be good if they just turned one of them heel, and it's like, not everybody, not
Not everybody wants to turn heel, but now let's
No, I'm not saying not
let's
everybody
bring-
wants. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, not every story has to have one. You know, like the New Day. Like, I could have done without Xavier and Kofi turning heel. It was a great run, and it's been a great run since they did it. But I could have done without all of that. They could have just said, "Okay, Big E, you're not coming back." Bye. Gave him a hug and moved on. Continue being baby faces, but they wanted to make the turn, so they did what they did. But it was just, I know it's not you saying that isn't what I'm actually directly addressing. It's what I see in the comment sections in a lot of my wrestling things when people are fan booking things. And almost every one of the fan bookings always has some random heel turn or somebody turning heel. And it's like, write a story where nobody turns heel. Right. But that's a boring story. No, it's not. Like, there doesn't always have to be some big evil guy, like, or big evil girl. And I'm not saying this to you. I'm just saying, like I said, you go through and you read in the comment section in a lot of these wrestling groups, and you'll see that like 50 times over on every post. It's just like the Cody heel turn. Everybody's like, "Oh, I see it. Cody's gonna turn heel. Cody's going heel. Cody's going heel." Bro, he is the biggest baby face they have right now. They're not about to turn him heel.
Yeah, but he sure was getting some boos last night, though, man.
So, but yeah,
I mean, he still had good pop.
Yeah, but speaking of Becky Lynch, the next match after that was Becky Lynch reclaiming her Intercontinental Championship from AJ Lee.
Yeah, let's delve into that just a little bit.
I think it's rightfully so. I think AJ Lee is about to take some time off, so I don't think she's going to be around to be able to defend the belt. So they had her drop the belt back to Becky. That's my backstage voice. My fan voice goes boo.
Yeah,
boo.
Yeah.
Like I love Becky Lynch, but come on, this is like the 5th time she's been Intercontinental Champion in the past like year and a half. Like, give it a break. Give us somebody new. Like,
we're gonna get paid.
There's got to be other. Like, you gave us Maxine Dupree for a little bit. That was awesome.
No, Paige. I guarantee you.
Give us one of the Bella twins. Give us Nia Jax. Give us somebody other than Becky Lynch. I'm not tired of Becky Lynch the character. I'm just tired of her being Intercontinental champ. Like, but I understand why they're keeping her out of the main event picture, because there's nobody really in the main event picture outside of Rhea Ripley for the women's titles that really it would make any sense to have them beat Becky. Like, it's just that simple. Outside of Asuka. So, but yeah. So Becky Lynch and AJ Lee was a great match. And AJ Lee had an amazing entrance where she brought in a bunch of young ladies that were dressed like her and skipping down the ramp like her, and it was just so cute and adorable. I just didn't know what to do with myself. But she will always be one of my favorite wrestlers. I don't believe she's done because, like I said, I believe her contract is multi-year as well. But I think that we won't be seeing AJ Lee for a little bit. I'd be surprised if she even shows up tomorrow on Raw.
Maybe.
I'm not saying we're never going to see her again. I'm not going to say we're never going to see her again. I think.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking depends on what happens tomorrow night too, or tonight.
Yeah. So, all right. So the next match after that one was the one we've been looking forward to, the one that people claim made no sense. But if they had just waited for the story to be told, they would see why this match was set up, and it was to give Gunther something to do because they didn't want to leave him off the card. Really, let's be honest. But no, it's to help further the Seth Rollins versus the Vision storyline, as Gunther gets the win on after Braun Breaker comes back and spears the holy hell out of Seth Rollins and throws him back in the ring, and then Gunther gets him to pass out. And then after Seth gets back up from being passed out, he gets speared again by Gunther or by Braun Breaker running all the way down. So basically, this match was just a reason to have Braun Breaker come back to set up.
That's kind of like a rubber match.
Backlash. Yeah,
rubber match.
It really didn't have anything to do with any type of storyline between Gunther and Seth Rollins. But the win for Gunther, the win for Seth Rollins or the win for Gunther does set him up in a good spot. Where I have this weird feeling that, and this is just a prediction, this is not coming from any place of knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Roman wins tonight, and Gunther's favor from Paul Heyman is that he convinces Roman to, or he convinces Nick Aldis to set up a match between Roman and Gunther for the belt. Like I have this weird feeling that's going to be the case.
Ooh, and that would be a fire. That'd be a fire ass match too, though. Roman versus Gunther. Like
Yep.
what?
I think it would go. I think it would go.
Real
big time.
wrestling versus sports wrestling, or real wrestling versus no, because real wrestling versus sports entertainment.
Yes, 100%.
So far,
real
1-0
versus
Gunther.
What are you talking about? It's 3-0 Gunther.
Oh yeah, well, it's just the way John Cena he got done. I mean, just look at it this way: with Gunther, Gunther was already one and done on the retirement. The John Cena situation, that was a little more significant to where he put it like he literally like killed the momentum when it came to that retirement. Not so much as AJ, but it's like you felt it. You felt the little kids crying in the aisles when it came to Gunther retiring him. So yeah.
It was felt by all, especially even with AJ Styles, it was felt by all. But yeah. All right, so next up we had La Primera taking on the crazy ass Liv Morgan. If y'all watched the Raw before WrestleMania, before last night, y'all saw Liv Morgan fucking go off.
Oh, dude, listen. I'm sorry, and I love Stephanie Vac here, but bro, she was
on point.
That was an ass whooping.
It was on point.
That was an ass whooping that took place. We knew it was happening, but it's the question like, why? Like, your ass should have never showed up.
Yep.
She might as well just went on ahead, dropped the title. Here you go. Because
I will say this: one of the best things that came out of this match, because for me, I was disappointed with the finish. I wanted Vaquer to keep the belt, but Liv Morgan earned it. She definitely deserved it. But Liv's intro to her new song that she released called Trouble was quite interesting. I've never seen an actual music video for an entrance to WrestleMania. Like that was quite. You didn't see that? Her sitting in the chair and doing all the dancing. That's her. That's her. Like a la Shawn Michaels, that is Liv Morgan singing that song. That is her song that she just released.
Yeah, no, I'm not knocking that.
I'm not saying the song is bad, even though it is. Now I'm saying that. But even though I'm not saying the song was that bad, it was just interesting the way that they used that and the way they used that for her intro. It wasn't just her music. Like I said, she kind of performed it on her walk down to the stage. And it was just an interesting way to do things. But Liv Morgan wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Dominic, with the help of Dominic Mysterio, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez. And they celebrate in the ring after it's over. So now you got Dom's the champ and Liv's the champ. So now we just got to get JD McDonough and the two other ladies some championships. Yeah, now, that was our last match before the finale, which saw
JD
McDonough, which saw Cody Rhodes retain his championship.
Cody
Rhodes. Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Yeah.
Kept his title. And to be honest with you, that was a surprise twist because I genuinely thought with the way they were building things that he was about to drop that belt to Randy Orton. I genuinely thought that. And they had me convinced for a minute. But nope. Cody pulled it out. Jelly Roll hit an elbow on Pat McAfee that laid him out.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee kind of had a rough night, so I hope all you people that were mad that he was a part of the storyline were happy with what happened to him throughout the night. is Pat McAfee went through a table to start the match and then got RKO'd to end it. So yeah, you got what you wanted. Pat McAfee got his ass beat. So Saint, your thoughts on the main event?
Okay. First of all, that beginning, I mean, when he stepped into the ring to snatch the microphone out of Alicia Taylor's hand, it's like, give me that goddamn mic. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, all right, Raheem, you need to go in there and do your job. Then, of course, we had all the outside shit jumping off. Pat McAfee, talking shit. And then he gets through the table. Then, the RKO running back down the ring with his shirt on, flipping people off. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, McAfee was the antagonizer that everybody hated to see, but he also played the part of the guy who got back exactly what he put out. And that was the part that I loved best about it. That he put out all that hate, and like I said, he got his ass beat.
Listen, the only thing I did enjoy is that when Cody Rhodes, I guess, went into his Pat McAfee's ESPN studio and went in there and took the baseball bat, took a couple of things like, and listen, I no disrespect, but that's the part where the black comes out in Raheem, and I don't get it, but it's like he went ham on that baseball bat. It did just threw it. It did hold on, and then commenced to pick up something else and took it out the room. I think it was a belt or something. Yeah, he took it up and then like man, fuck you, bro. And took his walk.
It was overall an amazing match. But what people are talking about the most is what happened after the match, as Cody stood tall. Randy proceeded to snap again and hit Cody with the belt, knocking him out, basically, they say. And then as Cody was trying to shout out to Nadzine or Nadzine. Thanks for tapping in, showing some love.
Okay, absolutely. Like I know her.
Oh, I'll say, but yeah. So after the match, he hits Cody with the belt, and as Cody's kind of recovering a little bit and coming to his knees, trying to stand up, he then proceeds to do something he hasn't done since 2009.
Right.
That was punt. Cody Raheem Rose right in the dome.
Thank you for the bless up. Look, man, listen, I didn't think he was going to do it. I saw it, and then I didn't believe it, and then I was like, "Come on, bro, come on, no, punt."
Well, he punted him. He punted him. Ooh, buddy, did he punt him?
He ain't kicked the shit out of him.
Where he could not be. And so we will see what the repercussions of that are on Friday Night SmackDown this upcoming week. I don't think
absolutely
Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes is even close to over.
I think it's going to be it's going to be done. I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking forward to tonight, and then I'll be able to get it figured out. But that first match, Brock and Obi, that's going to be a Saturday night slobber knocker.
That it is.
I'm telling you, the ring is going to fall apart. I'm telling you.
As we close out the SmackDown Alley part of it, we'll talk a little bit about the fact of what's coming up with Night 2. And we're going to, like I said, ESPN has already announced that we're going to open up with Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. And hang
on a second. I just wanted to say something. Yeah, you know what? We listen, we definitely appreciate if you wanted to randomly click over here. This is what it is, because this is an entire network. It's not just this particular show. We all have streams on this particular channel. It's just we do it once a week, every Sunday.
Yep.
Well,
They
thank
can't
you. I
stand each
definitely
other. Be around
appreciate
each
it.
other time.
Yeah. And see, I'm fortunate because I live on the opposite side of the country.
Yeah.
Again, with these
This
guys.
guy hates us so much. He moved to the other side of the damn country.
Yeah. I
Uh,
started making big money. No, I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
And if you believe that, I'll buy you a bridge in Brooklyn. Yeah. So, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I definitely, and I want to make sure. Okay, Toronto. Wait a minute. Okay. I have seen because I do follow you. That's crazy. Toronto. Hey, listen.
All right.
Shout out.
He's the oldest of us. It takes a while for his brain to engage and remember stuff.
That's
Yes,
silly.
you, bro.
All right. So night 2 is going to open up with Brock Lesnar versus the Ruler. We're also going to have matches from the Demon Finn Balor taking on Don Mysterio. We have the Intercontinental Ladder match with Penta, Rey Mysterio, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, and Rusev. Then we have the U.S. title match between Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. We have the Women's World Championship match tonight between Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. And then we will be closing the night with the World Heavyweight Championship match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
And that's going to be a lot of pain.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a lot of pain.
Not necessarily predictions, just thoughts on the night 2 card.
The only match I care about is the last. I mean, Obi Femi and what you call it, but see, it was a lot of shit talking on that last match, and well, you know, I think asses are gonna be commenced to being kicked.
Me and RuneSky are on the West Coast in the U.S. and the Saint is on the East Coast.
In the U.S.
In the U.S., yeah.
California. Let me see. Oregon, California, Connecticut.
Yes. All right. So yeah. I'm with you there, Dave. Any match in particular you're looking forward to from tonight?
It's all going to be a good lineup. I'm going to be, after we're done here, I've got a few things to do, but I'm going to catch up on last week's Raw. I'm going to catch up on last night's WrestleMania. And even though I give him crap, I'm glad Danhausen got his blimp.
Yes. Danhausen is to me, like I said, I love the character.
He's looking forward to it.
So,
but yeah, right. I'm all set for tonight. And yeah, I especially I predict that when Brock and Obi go at it, it's going to be like that scene from 2014 Godzilla, where Godzilla and one of the Mutos go at it in Las Vegas. It's going to completely wreck that city, man. We're going to be feeling aftershocks from those slams.
Well, when two kaijus go at it like that, it's kind of hard not to. Let's see. All right. So that's it for WrestleMania Night 2. We are going to now move over to our final segment, and if he's watching, Tech Tinker's favorite segment of the show, which is Okay, that was my bad.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was just my bad.
Toronto. See now Toronto Raptors made it to the semifinals. See, this is the Cheap Pop Podcast. Now, if you want to talk about it on the Classroom, then
bring it on over, Mama. We'll be on at 6.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so continuing.
okay, yes, continuing. We are now in video game world, and we open up with Metro 2039.
Yeah.
Slight look at it here. Dave, go ahead and tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, so Metro 2039 is going to be the newest installment of the Metro game franchise. I tried playing this, but with the current setup and me so far away from the main screen, my old eyes just couldn't take how absolutely physically dark the game is. So we'll see once I get the new console arrangement this week. We'll see if I can return to that and get that going again. But it is a fantastic game series. It is post-apocalypse that is even more dark and fucked up than Fallout, if if you can believe that. Also, I really love the franchise because it's based on a series of books that set in the remains of the Moscow Underground. So it's basically, what if you took the London Underground or the New York subway and turned them into vaults afterwards, with the survivors reinforcing them against everything that's out there. It is, and select politics in real life is. The Metro games are made by game developer 4A, which is a Ukrainian studio developing games.
Okay.
And the novels and the franchise were created by Dmitry Gush. I always screw up his name. But a Russian journalist living in exile currently because he is on a certain authoritarian's shit list for verbally and publicly opposing the invasion of Ukraine, as well as calling out a lot of the bullshit going on in Russia. So it's just great causes all around. Fantastic setting. Support the development studio, support the creator, and Slava Ukraini.
There you go. All right,
and it's coming out. It's going to be coming out this year for all platforms: Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Steam. So I think the only thing that they're skipping over is Nintendo, but I would need to take a look at that.
Okay.
Oh, what I'm saying. All right, so then next up, we're going to jump into a little bit of Steam World as Pokemon and Power clone Pikmin changes its name by one letter to better align with our brand identity and lore. Well, what's this about?
Okay, so we were talking a lot last year about the game Pal World and how it's basically a carbon copy of Pokemon. I mean, full credit for Pocket Games for having the testicular fortitude to be that daring to Nintendo. But it's still, Pal World is still a clone. And now there's a clone of a clone called Pikmin. So, you remember that Michael Keaton movie, Multiplicity, where dude clones himself and then the clones decide to clone themselves in order to have those clones do all the work, and you get the 26 copy of the same guy, and it's like the Xerox that you keep copying over and over and over multiple times, and the result is just kind of faded. Yeah. So these guys had the actual audacity to say, well, we're changing our names so that it better reflects our brand identity. Well, considering that their brand identity is copyright infringement, making it sound more like Pikmin, that's kind of on target for them.
Pikmin. So they changed the O to an E?
No, they changed it. Let me look it up again. Oh, right. It's now called Pikmos.
Oh, so it's Pikmos instead of Pikmon. Okay. So
yeah.
now Pikmos. Yes, the Sega and the was that? Sorry, the Sega Saturn CD and every other version of Sega, unfortunately, they got out of the console business a while back. The Nintendo Wii is still out there, but not nearly as popular as it was back in the day. The Switch is the more popular device now, I would say. But yeah, no, that's crazy, dude. Like,
but
I guess it's done.
But this is just the beginning of the news cycle for this particular piece of crap. Okay, the icing is that just recently, Steam removed Pikmos.
That's right.
It's basically fuck around and find out, because Steam basically just said they are. Steam said that they are officially intervening, and we will be supervising the Pikmos team. So,
wow.
Yeah, the Pikmos developers apparently have given up, and it's like, we can't hide it anymore. So Network Go, yes, looking at the official announcement, Network Go has officially intervened in the development of Pocket Game. We will be supervising the Pikmos team from a player's perspective to ensure the game keeps getting better. Thank you for your support. So who knows what is truth, what's going on, and why am I? I'm trying to look at the screen article on this to get more information. There we go. Okay. So it looks like, now I don't know if the developer themselves officially delisted or if Steam delisted. So I'm thinking that Steam delisted while they do the investigation, which caused Network Go to
Pokemon hasn't changed its name, Natty. Just let you know. We're not saying that Pokemon changed its name. This was a Pokemon spinoff that we're talking about that changed their name because Nintendo kept pressing them.
Pikmos,
which
was called Pikmon.
Yeah, it's a spinoff.
It's not even a spinoff. It's
well, I'm saying like it was a
it's a ripoff.
Trying to be like
it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff of a ripoff because they
might as well just go say plagiarism. That's all. Plagiarism.
Exactly.
Yeah, because plagiarism. Yeah,
because it started off with Pal World plagiarizing Pokemon, and then coming to the agreement, and then Pikmon plagiarizing Pal World, which was plagiarizing Pokemon, and apparently that was just too much. That was just too much for Steam to ignore, and they started delisting, and the publisher has put out a cover your ass boilerplate. We'll be supervising the development of this game very closely. Yeah.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, how close? Like,
well, it's, you know, I can't get into the territory of how close without getting into some very unfortunate stereotypes about certain countries' video game industries.
Okay, so we won't get into that. We don't.
Yes.
All right, so we'll move forward to the next subject, which is Nintendo developers obsessed over getting farting right in Tamagotchi life. This is going to be a good one. What's this all about, sir?
Okay, so for those of you who had back in the day with the Wii and the 3DS, you may remember the Nintendo Miis, which were the cute little avatar characters that you would create for your profiles and
the one with the balls for hands and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And they'd interact with other Miis, and you could, collect Miis from other people, have them all interact with each other, play with each other. So this is sort of the Tamagotchi life is basically the next iteration of that concept. Nintendo's been developing this for almost a decade, but the developers, let's see, you can make a Mii character that's not human-like. This is from an Ask Me Anything interview, Ask the Developer interview released by Nintendo on Tuesday. But floating may not exactly be a quirk, but if it makes that Mii unique, why not? Speaking of little quirks, there was a big debate among the team about whether Miis should be able to break wind. Some people found it hilarious, while others thought that it was a bit vulgar. After talking it over, we ended up making it a little quirk. If it's your kind of thing, you can bestow that trait on your Mii. If not, there's no obligation.
Nice. That's nice.
Apparently, fart jokes transcend cultural boundaries. Yeah, and one of the developers said, "While we're on the subject, we really obsessed over getting the sound just right." Another one said, "We did so many retakes, and tell me about it." I got comments like, "That's a bit too realistic for my liking." We tried all sorts of visual effects too. For a while, the fart just looked like an explosion going off.
Hey, guys, think about it like this. That's how much work goes into developing a fart for a video game.
Yeah.
It's like they gotta get the sounds right. They gotta make it look right. It's gotta.
Yeah. The article from Kotaku leads off with 8 of these Miis, a picture of him collecting, and everybody's farting. Girl in pigtails, a jester, clown, a teddy bear, a urban chica dressed up in a crop top and jeans, and and an old balding dude, and they've all got that happy rainbow eye close look on their face as they're letting go.
Party. Yeah, that's I guess that's yeah. But just to respond to that means yes, Guitar Hero, Rock Band. I love those 2 games. I actually had a friend of mine that used Rock Band for karaoke night at the bar that he was running. So it got more than one person up on stage at a time. You had one person for each member of the band, so to speak. And it was actually quite an interesting evening. Get a bunch of people with alcohol and a game of Rock Band together, and fun things can happen. Well, I'll say also the Wii, yes. The Wii Sports lineup to me is one of the most interactive, or one of the best interactive sports lineups I've ever seen for video games.
I actually saw
from tennis to baseball, etc.
Yeah, I actually saw an infographic. Let me pull this up on my own to report. Somebody did an infographic on the most popular video games in history, including selling. From the site Virtual Capitalist, ranked the best-selling video games ever. Number one, that coming at 520 million, is Tetris. 350 million, Minecraft. 225 million, Grand Theft Auto 5. And number four at 83 million, Wii Sports. That's more than Red Dead Redemption 2, Mario Kart 8, Player Unknown Battlegrounds, The Witcher Wild Hunt, Skyrim, Overwatch, The Sims, and Stardew Valley, all of which the latter clocking in around 50 to 60 million.
I can give you one major reason why. For those of you who don't know, there were a lot of doctors for about a 5 to 10 year period of time that used to recommend people buy Wii's and use Wii Sports to stay active.
Yes,
for older people,
I did that.
For younger people, for people with disabilities, etc., to keep them active, keep the blood pumping without them actually having to go outside and do things like ride bikes or run or anything like that. They can just do it in the comfort of their living room and still get exercise. And so I can see that it's one of the top, if not the top selling, because not only did you have people who enjoyed playing the games, buying them, but you also had people literally for their own health purchasing the games and playing them.
That's one of the main reasons why I got a Wii. Was for Wii Fitness, starting that off. But and also to get the Force Unleashed, which turned out to be less than what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that game was All right, so we got a couple more subjects to hit here before we close this out and get us ready to start watching night 2 of WrestleMania. Call of Duty, Saint, you got some stuff to say about this. 2026, there's a Game Pass rumor that it will not be a day one release. Let's talk about it.
All right, so what's been basically going on is that there's been a lot of talk. First of all, we know that Game Pass is a ridiculous amount of $30. I mean, I can't be shelling out $30 every month like that. You know, we got to find some kind of plan or some kind of solution. But from what I'm understanding, the possibility of Game Pass not offering Xbox or not offering Call of Duty anymore is a possibility that if the Game Pass drops down in price, we'll take that hit. At least I know I will. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love playing Call of Duty. I mean, it's not one of my favorites per se, but actually getting the opportunity to take the price down just a little bit so we can appease our pockets and not necessarily just for the fans to want to do a whole bunch of DLCs that really doesn't make sense in battle passes and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather for my Game Pass to go down just a little bit as opposed to
Again, it's what we were talking about earlier, where these corporate C-suites execs, they set these insane return on investment expectations, and it costs them. And eventually really, $20 is about where my firm line is for monthly Game Pass. So let's go ahead and ratchet back. Instead of trying to squeeze every last drop of blood from the stone in this economy, hold it. I mean, I remember when the slogan for DC Comics was holding the line at $1.99. Back,
Sony is a beast. They're basically little computers. But go on, Dave. Just responding in that is me.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's again, this is how we have to vote for our wallets.
With our wallets, yeah, with our wallets, 100%.
Once we go past that point, we need to not just cancel, but also send them a physical letter explaining why you canceled.
Same here.
Not an email. Okay?
Yeah.
They'll just put it away. If you swamp them with physical letters, and this goes for any corporation or any politician, it shows that you and others are so upset. You are taking your time to physically write and mail a actual letter of complaint to them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So I actually, Dave, what Dave just said leads me to what I wanted. One last thing I wanted to say before we close everything out. But it led me to this, and I was saying this to somebody on the IWC, but it applies to everything product wise. If you are continuing to support and spend your money on and spend your time watching a product that you do not like, you genuinely do not like this product, you're doing it to yourself. I feel no empathy for you. You are doing.
No one's holding a gun to your head saying you have to support this game, this iteration of a franchise, this whatever.
Me and Swab skipped like 5 years worth of Maddens before I bought another one. Like from 2015 through 2020, I did not buy a single copy of Madden because I was fed up with the franchise regurgitating the same game just with a new skin. And so it was just so I stopped buying it. Now, did me not buying Madden have any true impact on them changing the game? Not really. No. But it satisfied my need to stop hate playing the game. Play the last version that I liked and stick with that and still be able to enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
And so I see it a lot, like I said, with wrestling fans specifically, that they have this tendency to hate watch the product and they want to get on the internet and complain about it and bitch about it and whine about it. And my solution is stop watching it. Stop torturing yourself. Because it's torturing us to have to sit here and watch you bitch week after week after week about every little detail of every little show. It's driving us crazy. So please, for your own sake, for your own sanity and ours, stop watching. There's tons of other stuff for you to watch. That goes for TV shows. If you don't like a TV show, stop watching it. Enough people stop watching it.
Off, man.
Yeah, if enough people stop watching it, trust me, they will change the show or they will cancel it. Like it's same thing goes with wrestling. If enough people stop watching WWE, stop spending money on it, they will change the product to something else. But as long as there's people who enjoy it, if you individually do not enjoy it, just stop watching. Right. Walk away.
And
turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
And turn the TV off.
My follow-up point with that: don't just ghost
Duck Hunt
the company. Don't just ghost whoever or whatever you're boycotting against. Actually write a physical letter and mail it to them, because email just gets.
I think that works in the retail world. Wouldn't work so well in the wrestling world.
Well,
like that would work in the retail world. WWE is not going to care. All of them letters are going immediately from the mailbox into the shredder. Like I get what you're saying, but for a company like WWE, they don't give a shit. So the only way you're going to affect them is to have enough of their core base of fans actually stop watching and stop paying for product.
But then
you also they're going to listen to.
You also run the risk then of, well, why did we see this drop in viewership? Why did we see this drop in subscriptions? Why did we see this drop in? It's like, and the execs can ascribe any reason that they don't want to. Why did?
Until the gap is large enough.
Yes.
If they went from having 2.5 million viewers of Raw last week to all of a sudden having 100,000 next week, like it's not going to happen like that. But if they went that would cause them to make a change,
right?
Just based on that precipitous.
Even if that 1 million, theoretical 1 million viewership drop, if each one of them, if half of them sent physical letters to TKO explaining why they dropped. Okay, that's too big to be ignored. There ain't a shredder in the world that's going to dispose of that. And
I agree that it would definitely add to it, but I don't think the impact is going to be any different. Because like I said, WWE is a bottom line company, and what I mean by that
everything is
they
bottom line.
don't care. No. What I mean by that is this: they literally do hear the fans when they're bitching and whining on the internet. They just don't care. They don't care because they come from it with the right perspective. Your job is to watch the product, and if you don't like the product, change the channel. Yep. Like that's the way they look at the fans. Is so. I'm not saying don't write a letter. I'm saying I see the validity of what you're saying in the writing letter campaign, but I think that this particular company is one that it wouldn't have as big of an effect as the desire would be. You have to affect their bottom line by not buying the product, not going the show. If their revenue drops from over $1 billion in 2026 to under 500 million in 2027, trust me, TKO is going to pay attention to that.
Oh, yeah.
Why have people stopped buying our product? Why? And then they're going to turn to the internet in those letters and say, okay, well, wait a minute, what are the people actually saying? And because trust me, they have people who watch those wrestling groups and they see all the comments and they see what people are saying to get the mood, and they have their own socials where people go and comment and they run off of that vibe. But
or they'll just
here's where
they'll just try they'll just make up the revenue by sending the TKO execs to Saudi Arabia to bend the knee for some more money.
Well, that keeps them afloat is the Saudi Arabia deal and all the others. Yeah. But in general, I'm just saying, with a company like WWE, the key thing is affect that bottom line in a massive way, and you'll see what do you think brought about the, not talking to you, Dave, but I'm talking to the general fandom. What do you think brought about the Attitude Era? It was declining ratings and declining sales because WCW was on the way up. So the Attitude Era, the fact that somebody was turning off the TV for this product and watching that product led Vince to say, we need to make some changes, and led Vince to make so much of a change that Vince said to himself, I need to allow my employees to have more control over this product. And that's when he started allowing the wrestlers to come to him with ideas. Okay. And he actually started listening to them. And we got 5 great years of wrestling with the Attitude Era. But it took declining sales and declining ratings before Vince even thought.
Okay, I'm sorry I got us off on this tangent.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
No.
It's okay.
But
yeah, so I didn't mind
for
this
stuff
was
you
the
don't
last
want.
show of the day, or this was the last subject of the day. So yeah. We'll say, all right, so time for us to go. We got to go get ready, get our houses ready for night 2 of WrestleMania. I hope you guys are doing the same and enjoying. Shout out to Natty's Me for all the wonderful comments in the comment section.
Yeah, she's killing it right now.
and everybody who tapped in, whether it be over on the Double KK Network on YouTube or on Twitch. We're going to go into our final segment where these guys are going to tell you.
Before we do that, real quick, 1-2 minute late breaking news story. SNK is remaking the Neo Geo console, and it's going to work with the original cartridges and with HDMI.
I was kind of saving that as a surprise for next week.
Oh, well, we'll go into it next week. Well, it's
we'll go into it next week.
We'll go in depth.
It's Vanessa getting the glass shard to her head.
Okay. Very true. All right. So that leads us into our last segment. Where can we find you next? The segment where these two gentlemen tell us where we can find them next on this wonderful broadcast network known as the First GenXers Broadcast Network right here on Twitch. Gentlemen, Saint, kick us off. Where can we find you next?
Okay, well, considering how things are going to be jumping off with WWE and so forth, no, we are going to run a very brief stream slightly after WrestleMania because it's necessary because I'm going to be talking a lot of shit. But I'll probably be doing a small MVT fusion, a little bit of gaming and a little bit of music. And that will be jumping off approximately 10:30 Eastern time. Keep us tapped in.
All right. And Rune Squire, what do we have to look forward to from you this week on the night shift?
Tonight, I'm going to be back on the night shift, wrapping up a Starfield Homecoming weekend. So that's going to be midnight Pacific time, whenever I start falling asleep. Tune in for that, because I'm going through the newer content and I'm really liking it.
All right. And as for me, you can catch me in about 3 hours, on 3.5 hours on the Classroom with Swab and O'Malley. And be sure to tune in for this one. It's going to be a good one. Unfortunately, this is Swab's last episode for a while. So we will be chipping him in and bringing him in and lining him up to hit some home runs. So be sure to join us for that at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern tonight. And then Natty's saying to send her your details, Saint. So
Will do.
Send her your deeds. But yeah, and then we will be, and then as far as the video game playing goes, I'll be back on Tuesday with some college football 26. And the rest of the week will go the same. NBA 2K26 on Wednesday, WWE, the 2K25 or 26, depending on how my money goes, on Thursday, and Retro Saturday with Halo Wars 2 on Saturday night. Did a great stream last night. Y'all should go check it out. I check out all of our streams. So
yeah, we're all great. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Like what?
Yeah. All right. So we love you all. Peace out. Stay up.
All right.
Stay real, and in this crazy world, keep your head on the swivel because you never know what's coming. We'll see y'all.
All right. We're running straight over to Creed's Classy Blink. So y'all already know what time it is.
Yep.
Make it happen, y'all. Make it happen.
Peace.
Peace.